Alright, this is, I think, my last Scarlet Enclave. The last time we're gonna pull Balnazzar. I don't really have any plan to continue raiding Scarlet Enclave beyond this. So we're blasting on Mutilate Rogue. The chillest, probably my favorite build. I don't know, I kind of liked the Saber Slash plus Backstab combo build a bit, but Mutilate is definitely the chillest. We just blast with Mutilates. I got Queensfall on this guy. We'll go over all the gear after Balnazzar's dead. For now, we're going to lock in Didgeridoo Summon to the Crocodile. That one's the worst. We hate it when it gets Crocodile. It's been real. No new content coming for Season of Discovery, and Blizzard specifically saying so has really killed a lot of interest in this game. For a lot of people, it's been harder to fill the raids. We had 17 guild signups that we normally do this run these days with like 25 people from the guild. We had 17 signups and like 15 show up. You know, it is what it is. But I've been having fun playing Cataclysm. I didn't really expect to have a lot of fun playing Cataclysm, but I've been having more fun than I thought. So I've been enjoying that, leveling my characters up, trying out the Dragon Soul raid. Oh my god. I did a 25-man Dragon Soul on my main rogue recently. Actually, just yesterday. And I got 59 out of 60 of the Elementium gem clusters to complete the legendary daggers. I got extremely, extremely unlucky with the random drop chance of the quantity of Elementium gem clusters that each boss provided. Going into the last 3 bosses, I had 41 clusters. And the only way I could fail is if all 3 of them dropped the absolute minimum they possibly could. So, of course, that happened. And I have to wait an entire another week to get access to the legendary daggers because I low-rolled the gem clusters by one single one. It was the worst. Will you be playing a TBC? I am planning to play TBC on the Anniversary Realms when that comes out. I haven't been too big on the Anniversary Realms for their, like, vanilla iteration. Just because, like, I feel like I kind of just did all of that content in SOD. And now I'm just going to do it with, like, a 2-button rotation instead of an interesting character. And also, the other part of Anniversary that, you know, doesn't excite me is it's just like a warrior simulator, you know? Like, if you're not playing a warrior, you're not relevant damage output. That's just the truth of how that version of the game is balanced, and that's just not super interesting to me. Right, Duskwraith, 6-piece, Honor Among Thieves, Kagi's Clasp, Duskwraith, Efficient Striking on the shoulder, Shroud of Dominion, Duskwraith Breastplate, Duskwraith Bone Scythe Belt, Leggings of Catastrophe, Duskwraith Sabatons, Bone Scythe Ring, Band of Unnatural Forces, Slayer's Crest. We got the Didgeridoo, Dark Rider's Spine, King's Fall, and Queen's Fall set. Super duper good. This Queen's Fall item is why I basically never had to recast Rupture or Crimson Tempest. I put them up once, and then I just keep mutilating, mutilate crits, and it refreshes the duration, so I can spend those combo points on more Envenoms instead of refreshing those debuffs, so it's super duper good. This item was, you know, it's a super powerful item. It is a game-changing, like, how you play your character if you get Queen's Fall versus not having it. Excuse me. And they made it like a 1 in 6 or 1 in 7 drop, which I think for an item that is like game-changing, rotation-changing, it should be more common than that. They made it so rare that, like, a reasonable percentage of people can do the raid 10 times and not even see the item drop. And that's just lame. It's just incredibly lame. I think they should have made it more like the Dream Eater from Phase 2, where it's much more common. I think if an item is just like basically all it does is make you do more damage, something like Slayer's Crest that doesn't really meaningfully change how your character plays, it's okay to make that item like a chase item that a lot of classes want. It's hard to get, you know, that type of thing. But if it really like mixes up how your character plays, I think it ought to be more common. So I think that was a big L by Blizzard, making Queensfall as rare as they made it. You think you'll do a Scarlet Enclave with 25% buff? Maybe. But at this time, I do not have any plans to do any more Scarlet Enclaves. Even today, for the soft reserves for this raid, I did not put any soft reserves in. I'll let people who are trying to, you know, keep playing the game get the loot. I don't want to take the loot from these folks I've played so much with. And like, if they want to keep playing, let them keep playing, let them enjoy the loot. So we're just here to blast and we're just here to vibe. Other classes have the same. Many classes don't really work without... Infusion of Souls is another one. I think the Hunter Poleaxe is like a big deal. Like, rotation changing type of thing. Ooh, vanish here. EXODIA. Oh, shit! Obliterate. Yes, dude! That's the brilliance of Mr. Bigglesworth. Let's go. That's the third time I summoned that. All right, that is the brilliance. You can see is a very powerful buff. 70 strength, 70 agility, 140 attack power, 154 range attack power, 5% crit and 7% melee haste, and 500 armor penetration. It's insanely powerful. And it comes from the didgeridoo. Every time you activate it, there's a 1% chance that you get Bigglesworth. Oh, shit. I didn't realize the group wasn't actually moving forward. What's going on? We're killing Praetorians. I got distracted with my Bigglesworth thing. Right. So it's a 1% chance to summon Bigglesworth, which is by far the best buff. So obviously I hooked up a giant weak aura to make it extremely obvious whenever I summon Bigglesworth. Normally, you just get one, like, animal companion, and it gives you one buff. Bigglesworth is giving you all the buffs, all the possible buffs at the same time, but only at, like, 50% potency on each, but it's still massively better than any other buff. Alright, they're deciding on the kill order of the things. I was not paying attention. They're saying they're going mage first. Immune to stun, obviously. I think this week, for the next raid testing session, which I believe starts this Friday, I really want to get on the Mists of Pandaria beta. We were trying to do it last week, but we logged in the beta on Friday, and it was just crashing constantly. So I couldn't really do any gameplay on the beta, because it was just crashing every time I tried to zone in. But I'm really excited to try some of the Mists of Pandaria raids. So hopefully we'll be able to do that during the next raid testing session. Do you have any Horde tunes on Cata yet, or Alliance only? Currently, it's Alliance only on Cataclysm. I have to, like... Oh, shit, we got Stein aggroed? Alright, I have to listen. Are they actually trying to kill Stein here? Are they trying to, like, reset it or something? Because they said they were going mage first. I could just DPS these Praetorians in the meantime. Alright, they killed Stein. Okay. Oh, they're going up to the tower to activate the flight point, I believe. So, like, on Balnazzar, we summoned, with the didgeridoo, on Balnazzar, we summoned the crocodile, which only gives me armor penetration, and, like, that's the worst one. Compared to Bigglesworth, it's so much better. Mooderok says, need a DPS. I don't know. I'm not running the raid. I'm not doing the invites. I'm not doing the organization. You can ask the raid leader, Beatrix. This rogue here. You message him. But I think we're already underway. I don't think we're trying to get new people in right now, would be my guess. I should actually just be on the boss. Arcanist Hilda. Here we go. You're not going to play SOD anymore after this? I'm not planning on it, no. I mean, maybe when the 25% buff comes in a couple weeks, then maybe it'd be fun to, like, try one, but, like, I don't know. We're trying to go around the castle from behind. Oh, what do I have Poison Knife on for? I need to have Shadow Step. Raiden Guild calling it quits at this point? I mean, I think they're gonna keep trying to go, but it's just like, you know, today we had 17 signups. We normally have 25 guild members. We had 17 signups, which meant we got like 13 or 14 actual guild members. It's just like, it's fucking obvious. The interest in the game is at this version of the game is at an all-time low. No one cares anymore. I've done enough Scarlet Enclave to be satisfied. Throttled for a little bit there because I was pulling threat. Can't tell which way this mob is facing. Wait, the thing is dead, but these mobs aren't running away? What the hell? Where do they come from, then? They're not linked to Cannon Master, I guess. Waiting, hitting. Didgeridoo Gorilla. Can you stop sending me burrito ads from Twitch? Yeah, the way you get Twitch to stop sending you burrito ads is you press the Prime Sub button beneath the stream, and then it makes all the burrito ads go away. Outside of that, there's nothing I can do. You could buy a burrito instead. Yeah, but then you just have a burrito and you'd still have burrito ads. So while it would be good to have a burrito, it doesn't solve the burrito ads problem. Focusing the Praetorians, because probably all the rest of the mobs will peace out as soon as we kill Bowmaster. But the Praetorians never run away. Okay, Bowmaster's dead. Time for Beatrix. Any parting thoughts on Sod? Oh, I think Sod's the best WoW, WoW that I've played since Classic came out in 2019, and I think it's not close. I think Season of Discovery has been the most fun. I think the goal of the mode for Blizzard was to try a lot of different things. So maybe they did some things in this version that they knew were bad, or like knew would reduce player count. Like, I'm pretty sure they knew that when they bump it up to 20-person rating, when they did 2 phases of 10-person rating, that they would lose a lot of people. But they did it anyways to see or something? I don't know. So I think that moving from 10-person to 20-person rating was very bad. I think Molten Core, I don't like the variable difficulty modes. I just want one version of the raid, and I want it to be easy. And if you want to make WoW into a game where, like, you need to be super challenged in the PvE content, my opinion is that, like, Classic WoW's not for you. Go play Retail, where you can adjust the difficulty to whatever difficulty you want. I think it's my opinion that, like, probably the crowd of people that want really difficult PvE content in Classic is small, is a small portion of the total potential audience. And I think that when you put difficult content in the game that is too hard for the average player and has desirable rewards, it lessens the experience for the average player, because they are no longer able to beat the game and achieve their goals. They're like, wow, if I'm gonna, get the Kel'Thuzad mount, I'm gonna have to join a guild that raids twice a week on a schedule. I'm gonna have to min-max. I'm gonna have to invest all this extra time, and I just can't do that. So then, like, they you know, that lessens the experience for them, because they can't beat the game, they can't achieve their goals anymore without investing a huge amount of time, and I think that just makes it worse. I think it's better if the game appeals to a more casual audience and focuses on making the casual audience happy. And I think it's, generally speaking, a bad decision to cater to the hardcore audience at the detriment to the casual audience. And I think with a lot of the level 60 phases where they tried doing variable difficulty modes in the raids, they kind of did that. It still felt okay to play it at a very casual level, but it like started getting into the area of like, this game's not for you anymore if you're a casual player, because like, you know, you're getting so much more rewards if you do the harder modes. Like in Molten Core, you got way more loot drops. Cloak this? Never mind, I don't have cloak in this version of the game. Vanish. So that's kind of my take. I think difficult PvE content should not, like, if you're going to put difficult PvE content in the game, it really just needs to be purely for the sake of the challenge and not have desirable rewards linked to it. If people want that difficulty, they can do it, but they shouldn't feel like they're missing out on any like in-game rewards if they're not doing the difficult content. That's what I would say. And you might say, you know, in counter to that, someone might say, oh, well, if you don't put any rewards behind the hard mode, no one will do it. And it's like, yeah, duh. No one wants, a large amount of people do not want to do that, I think. Would be my guess. And then in Scarlet Enclave, they didn't even do hard mode and easy mode. They just made hard mode the only accessible mode, which led to a lot of problems, and they really overtuned this raid on release. And I think making it so massively difficult on release really killed the hype for the raid that could have been so much more. But the release version of this raid was just absolutely, completely inaccessible to the average player. Yeah, Derek, you say, I'm not saying you're wrong, but the, quote, hard modes, albeit harder than normal, were really easy. This is something, I think you're doing something that I see a lot of people do all the time. They say, oh, this isn't as hard as a retail raid, or this is easy for me, and it's easy for my guild. Therefore, it is universally easy. Difficulty of PvE content is always, like, relative to the player. You shouldn't say that, like, this raid is easy or this raid is hard. You should say, it's easy for me, or it's hard for me. There's really a wide range of players with different levels of game knowledge and different levels of investment and, like, preparation towards the game. And, like, I think this happens a lot if you, like, just play with your own, like, guild group. You don't really get the perspective that there's a lot of really bad players that still are trying to have fun and play the game. And when you just can't beat the content, it really is not fun anymore. Like, one guild I played with all the way from phase 3. This guild never cleared Heat 3 Molten Core, but I played with them all the way. You know, they cleared the normal modes, the easy modes, the whatever. I mean, they fell apart. They never, I don't think they ever even killed Council before their guild disbanded. And it's like, this was a great group of people that I had fun playing with. They didn't really take themselves very seriously. They had a great time. I enjoyed playing with them. But man, when you're just going into Scarlet Enclave and you're wiping, you know, a dozen times, not clearing the raid, and then, like, calling it because you ran out of time, like, your players aren't going to come back. They're going to quit. And that's exactly what happened. And it sucks because, like, I would have much preferred to continue playing with that cool group of folks. I can boat duty. You need boat duty? Sorry, what? I mean, it sounds like you need someone to do boat. I can do boat. Okay, yeah, sounds good. They were about to send 2 people into one of the boats. I was like, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm soloing the boat. What I think has been, like, when I did play a lot more in kind of, like, high-end, high-performance guilds, it was when the content was really easy. And, like, the hardcore, high-investment players, they just, like, invented their own difficulty of, like, boss parsing and speedrunning. And they still, like, played the game and had fun, and that was cool. First mate kit. I'll pull in threat. Okay, switch target so I don't pull threat again. I got what? Oh, the potions. Let me check. Yeah, I've got 2. I'll switch talent build, switch gear real quick. Yeah, MF Hank, I think another thing that was really good in Season of Discovery, especially Phase 1, was like... Oh wait, I don't have a second build. I don't have a tank build. Well, whatever. I'll change the build anyways. Tank gear. Then we do this and this. I'm not ready. Oh, fuck. They said, oh, we can just do it. They put out a ready check, and I specifically did not press ready because I was not ready yet. Yeah, I don't know. The ready check went out, and I didn't press ready because I was swapping the gear around. Alright, Phantom goes there. Filcher's Cowl. Then do I have displacement boots on this character? I think this is my one character who doesn't have them. Okay. That's fine. Now I need this here. And do I have any lips? Yes. Those can go there. Main Gauche. And Sinister Strike. There we go. Okay. It was a totem pull situation. Okay. Right, so I was slightly interrupted in what I was saying. One thing that was so great about Season Discovery Phase 1 is, like, the level of investment needed to, like, reach the end game was really low. So I felt like it was totally cool to just, like, try a new class. You didn't have to, like, invest an insane amount of time to make a character raid ready and then find out, oh, you don't like the raid rotation of this character. You know? You could, you know, 2-3 days of playtime and, like, you're good. Or less, depending on how efficient you were with it.
Fire at will.
Alright, we're going onto the boat. Simon needs a decurse. Need to go onto my boat quick. Not yet. Now I'm good. I'm gonna be a little slow. I wonder if I can jump through there to into the... I don't think I can. Oh, shit, the music just went on and it's really loud. There. Got it. Vanished. We're clear. Alright. Skip. There we go. Music solved. 65. Start going onto the boat. We're still vanished from before. Where's the cannonball? Bro. It hadn't spawned yet. Here we go. How did the mage... Did a mage heal me? And that's why it chained the threat? Oh, shit, okay. Alright, that was a little scuffed. I think I was in there pretty early, well before it actually popped and, went into the bubble. So the cannonball just wasn't spawned, and I was expecting it to spawn quite a bit earlier. Alright, I need a purification potion. Alright, we're waiting. Waves of Fury. Nice, okay. Launched. Do we just chill here? They're not aggroing me. I can't really get out. Yeah, I think I just chill here. Instead of aggroing those or anything else. We just watch the boss go down. Sprint and yeet. Well, I'm trying to make it so, like, these mobs don't engage the raid while the boss is still alive. Oh, I might get shot by the cannons. Oh, my vanish is up. I can vanish and leave now. Alright, there we go. We did it. Yeah, I think we got Mage Shield at one point. that caused the ads to go into the raid. Like, to be fair, we were almost dead. Maybe the mage didn't know that I had Dark Moon card Twisting Nether, and it would have been totally fine if we died. All your warriors mad you're not bringing the ads in for Cleave? I mean, don't you just want to not fight a mob if you don't have to? Let's see, let's go back to Mutilate and back to our Mutilate talent build. Not when I can Cleave. Fair enough. Beaver Poker with a change hat request. Okay. This one. Alright, do you guys like my fluorescent green Meccano Strider on my orc? I like it. I think it's pretty lit. Good mount. It'd be better if I was a Tauren, though. Are they accidentally gonna pull those? We'll go this way. Now, the next boss is Alexei the Beast Lord. One that this raid group notoriously has problems with. We cannot seem to figure out a strategy that our players can execute that works consistently. It's pretty much always, this is pretty much always what happens is the melees get overloaded with stacks, the melees die, none of the range damage dealers come in to help soak stacks, or at least not enough of them do, and then the rest of the melee die, the tanks die, and then the group wipes. We generally have a problem with, like, not enough people soaking the stacks of the debuff to distribute the damage and lessen the total damage taken by the raid. Wait, Zug is like, should we do the strat that we always wipe with, or do the strat that worked since week 1? Good question. What I should do is re-up the sharpening stone on my offhand weapon. And maybe a little food buff here. Alright, they reset the boss so he starts patrolling away so we can position like in the stables and have him walk into us. Why y'all don't do the good strat? Look, I tried to show them the strat I used in my Alliance guild that has been just good every time and felt good to me. And they just, like, elected not to do that. I don't know. It's, you know, not my problem, really. I will, you know, share the strategy that, like, I think is good. But if they don't want to, you know, if the raid leaders don't want to choose to do it, then, like, that's fine. We'll try to do what they're trying to do. And, like, the strategies they're trying to do, like, they theoretically work. There's no problem with the strategy. The problem is just with, like, the players don't execute it properly. Right? Maybe the problem with the strategy is just, like, not a good fit for the team we've got, or, like, too complicated for our players to execute properly. I don't know. But I'm not trying to be a raid leader, so I'm not trying to, like, enforce my own strategy that I think should be happening, right? Because if I do that, then it's like, well, why don't you just lead the raid? And it's like, I don't want to lead the raid. That's too many other problems to deal with. Judgment strat was dude, I love the Judgment strat. That's from the Alliance guild. So the strat I use in my Alliance guild is 2 tanks, 1 on either side of this fence, 1 boss for each tank, and then all the range are up on the roof here. Range and healers are up there. The melee can go left and right to whichever boss they want, depending on what stack they have, and the melees themselves can easily, with their own movement, dictate which boss they are closest to and control which stacks they're getting. And then the tanks are able to switch bosses pretty easily because I can be standing on the right-hand side of the fence and I can taunt the boss on the opposite side, and then the boss just, like, makes a U-turn around the fence and over to me. So the tank taunt swaps are pretty easy without any movement from the tanks. Where are you at, Alexei the Beast Lord? How many melee do we have today? Insane Gato. Oh, this guy's probably just a sled, because it's the same person here. Sled for Wild Strikes. We don't have very many melee.
Like boat, oh my, Zug, Ice, and Eddie G. Just be closest on Bear Boss, and then just swap back and forth, and you take a stack.
Yeah, so Flum, I think you can stand right. One of us
Like
stands
healers,
right here,
honestly, healers should be on the roof.
and the other guy with the bear stands right here. And then you try to like angle it so that you're not catching stacks. From
Yeah, and then if you're a healer, make sure you're standing on this diamond on the back, towards the back part of the lower roof, because we don't want melee hitting traps. So make sure you're staying right here on me.
Okay. But then stop taunting bear up the rip because they're not gonna hold their dicks.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, come soak IDG. We just need people to know what they're doing down low. Just want to kill the boss.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Make sure
mm-hmm.
if you're arranged, I named. Make sure you're in melee range, standing on the boss and swapping when you get a stack.
All right. I'm not sure exactly where they're planning to position them, but I know I'm gonna soak a bunch of stacks, and hopefully it'll be good. Here we go. Wait, they're doing it just like Judgment. Nice. Uh-oh. 18, never mind. We're good. Trying to get a stack from this guy, but I'm not getting one. There we go, got a fire stack. We wait like 10 seconds. No one died that aperture. Yeah, this is working well. I gotta back out a little bit. Wait for this fire to go away. Then I can come in here. Didgeridoo activated. Raptor buff. Uh-oh, shit. Not where he's supposed to be. Oh, I need to go away, back to bear, get a nature stack. Got a nature stack, chilling until it's time for a fire stack. Can shadow step while immobilized. Ooh, we got a second nature. That's not good. That bear, like, charged over to Alexei and then did his nature buff, giving me the second stack. Second fire also. I gotta just back out and chill. Chill, 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 chill. Oh, one of the tanks died. Flum died. That might have been part of the cause of the boss bear moving over to the right-hand side. Let's go. Okay, good. We did it good this time. What do we get? Bear training boots, penitent wraps, double sabatons. And Taz says, if one of the debuff stacks is below 14 seconds, you won't ever get a new one before it resets. That would be good to know if I was ever planning on doing Scarlet Enclave again. But that's due to, like, what, the interval at which they cast them. You can interpret that it's not going to go out before then. So you're saying, like, I was idling at some time waiting for my debuff to go away, and I could have just been in because I should have known that the debuff wasn't going to go out and refresh at that time. That makes sense. Zadie, thank you very much for the tier 1. Thank you so much for 46 months of support on the channel. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're enjoying the stream. Very consistent timing-wise. Okay, good to know. I'm not... let's see. Who is this actually your last Scarlet Enclave? It's my last planned Scarlet Enclave. I don't intend to do another one. I've done enough Scarlet Enclave. Like, maybe we come back later, do one at 25% or something like that. But, like, I'm about Scarlet Enclaved out. What are we waiting on? What are we... Wait, why are they all over there? Were they doing the sword in the stone thing? I don't know what they were doing. Playing Rogue for Mop? Yeah, I've got one of my Rogues maxed out, another one at 84. I've got my Death Knight at max level. I'm working on my Warlock and my Paladin. I'm intending to try a lot of different classes in Mists of Pandaria. So I'm getting them all, like, ready to rock and roll. That's what I've been doing in Cataclysm recently. I did Dragon Soul on the Death Knight on Monday, last day of the lockout, and double Soul Drinker dropped from the last boss. No one else wanted them. Just Soul Drinker's a one-handed sword, so they gave me both of them. And now I have a Frost off-spec on the Death Knight for a damage dealer set. You're gonna take a crack at 2v2, like arenas? I've never really been a big fan of PvP, so probably not. I think my favorite part about Death Knight, which is also the reason I made one in Wrath of the Lich King, is you don't have to pay gold for weapon enchants. And weapon enchants are usually like the most expensive enchants you get on a character. But Death Knights, they just do rune forges on their weapons instead of enchants, which are totally free. It's just like a class skill to put a rune forge on your weapon. So, like, I got 2 new weapons, and I didn't have to lose, you know, 1,500 gold to get them enchanted. I just go to the NPC and get them done for free. Maybe I re-up this food buff. Here we go. It's time. I don't want to be too close to the boss because I don't want to actually get the circle mechanic. It always goes on the closest person. Didgeridoo, crocodile, it's the worst. You remember to always be upset whenever you see the crocodile icon pop up. You know why? Because it's the worst. Also, let the range DPS kill the whelps. I could have been DPSing during that. Me shadow stepping to the boss to get more uptime on it kind of cursed me to be the closest person to... What the... Air phase. No, I got breathed on. Where's my Cloak of Shadows button? Hello, I need Cloak of Shadows. Fuck. Fuck. My fucking shadow steps. There we go. I think that was a good position, and I still was in melee range. I think that was okay. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, everyone's dead. Because, I think it's because we didn't kill the wipes. The whelps. I think that was a whelp situation. I did choose to not kill the whelps mostly, and that is on me. And then we did die to whelp explosions. Someone complains that they were about to get a good parse, and I peep their whelp damage, and they're like, yeah, they did the same thing as me, which was intentionally ignoring the whelps. And then we died to the whelps.
Hello.
At least this is a new one, wiping on Solistrasza instead of wiping on Beast Boss. Are you a fan of Donkey Kong Country? Yeah. Yes, good game. Classic. Oh, we're dead again. Well, I saw other people jumping off, so then I jumped off too. Did you check out the new Donkey Kong coming out soon? Nope. Really, I've liked a lot of Nintendo games, and I want to play some Nintendo games like Breath of the Wild and stuff.
How are you?
But
See you around.
a lot of the recent press they've been getting around the Switch 2 has really there've been not just the Switch 2 things, but Switch 2 is the most recent. Nintendo's got a lot of bad press and bad reputation in my mind. In the past they've really gone after content creators who make content on their games. I think it was Point Crow who did Zelda mods on Breath of the Wild, and they just without any warning, without any communication, just striked a bunch of his videos and really threatened his livelihood, instead of just talking to him and being hey, maybe we don't like you doing this. They've continually made it difficult for Super Smash Bros. Melee players to do tournaments of Super Smash Bros. Melee. They just have, I'm just not really enthusiastic, what I'm saying is, about, playing new Nintendo games. Because they've had so many, bad PR incidents. They bricked a bunch of Switch 2s this week because people used a modded cartridge. I didn't read about that yet. Mostly my opinion of Switch 2 is it's not really new. It's just a small upgrade. It's a performance upgrade from the Switch 1. It's not really doing anything new. So it's not really very exciting, I would say. The stuff that Nintendo has done to the Melee community is insane. They just want to play the 20-year-old video game, and it's somehow a huge issue. Yeah, I know. The game is so old, yet Nintendo just continues to, intervene and prevent these people from, trying to play this game and have fun with it. It's insane. Let's do this one. This one. This one. Food buff. We could Elixir of Coalesced Regret. How about that? Yeah, also something that's insane that has been brought to my attention that Nintendo does is I've been told they never reduce the price of their games, or almost never. Like, even when a game is like 10 years old, it's still at the same price it was when it came out. It's like, what? Can't you just make it 20% off or something even? Like, I bought Doom, a game I would probably never play before. I bought Doom Eternal. I remember, because I saw it was, like, on super sale on Steam, and I was like, this game got really good reviews. It's not a game I'm typically, a type of game I'm used to playing, but heck, you know, they priced it low enough, I'll give it a try. And, like, I never would have done that if it didn't go on sale. We try again on Solistrasza. What do you guys think? Should we plan to DPS the whelps or nah? Or decide that someone else will do it? Tunnel. But the raid leader might be mad if I do that. In the wise words of Peekaboo, not my job. Yeah, but like I might raid with these folks in MOP some. Okay, a lot of them are going to MOP. We can't just like totally burn the bridge on this, okay? I have found in my many years of streaming and playing WoW, it almost never makes it's almost never a good idea long term to just like burn bridges and burn relationships with other people. It's just not to your benefit. Cat from the didgeridoo, not the good cat, not Bigglesworth cat. Where's it gonna be? Yo, what the fuck? Yep, it's on me. That worked well, I would say. It's kind of backed into a corner here. Ooh, air face. Damn it. That's wasting that Master of Subtlety. Oh, I'm tunneling so hard right now. Wait, did it just cancel the fire because it light forged? I think that's what happened. It was about to do a fire ability, the like circle of, oh shit, it's in the air and I just did my cooldowns. Ripperoni. Nice. Didn't get breathed on there. Not on me. Cat again from the didgeridoo. Air. How did I not get breathed on there? That was crazy. That felt like for sure I was gonna get breathed on. Alright, not bad. What do we get? Heart of Light. Yo, Heart of Light trinket. Almost never see that drop. Polished Scarlet male boots. And Heart of Light. Yeah, nice. Still in combat. Rip. Alright. Now, there's a common thing whenever you're looking at damage. If you are an Ashbringer class, you care about overall damage dealt to boss and trash. But if you're not an Ashbringer class, what you need to do is do enemy damage taken, boss only damage. And that's what's really important for your non-Ashbringer classes. And as you can see, we're owning. Dutch locked with a change hat request. Okay. Let's see. Let's go this one. Tunneling worked? Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Let's go elemental sharpening stone. Boss is in. Big kidney shot. I did the first one. Oh. Someone kicked him. Curses are out. All right. What are we at buff-wise? 15% now? I didn't check that at the start. Yeah, 15%. What if they make the buff so high that rogues could... Wonder how much rogues could do once the buff is at 25%. Because this buff double dips... your self-healing from Death Dealer. Basically, the Death Dealer healing is a percentage of your damage dealt. And actually, I should say, I'm pretty sure it double dips your Death Dealer set healing. Let me show. This is the bonus. Heal for 15% of all damage done by Sinister Strike. So you do more damage because of the buff. 15% more damage. But you also do 15% more healing. So that healing effect is double dipping because it's based off the damage of Sinister Strike. So it's getting a lot more self-healing. They should make that buff scale until we can 10-man. I mean, yeah, maybe. Alright, where is focused attack helmet? We need a Fan of Knives cloak. And we need a Wind Striker. One, two, three. Alright, everything's ready. Need a 23rd, always wake up too late. You can talk to this guy. That guy's the raid leader, Beatrix. I'm not the raid leader. I don't handle the invites. I don't handle the raid organization. But I would guess we're probably not getting more people in at this point. Because just we're already rolling, you know? USB says you joined a Blackwing Lair Pug and they had press stores hard reserved. Is that in what version of the game are we talking? We talking Season of Discovery and you couldn't even get your avoidance stupid press stores fresh? Okay. Anniversary. Alright, ready, set. Dude, the Feral Druid's beating me. Frick. Wait, no, now I'm winning. No, it's not me. Frick. Barely. Ah, that's pretty good. Go back to the regular gear.
Stone around today, so Simon, you can just DPS.
Okay.
On Bish. Let's do warriors and rogues for kicks. So Flum, obviously you'll be on Herod, call your own defensives. May and Simon on boss, and then we have Insane and Rock. Let's have yellow. You are gonna kick with the warriors, and Zug, how about you DPS Bish and kick with rogues? That should give us 3 of each. Gabriel, do you mind calling kick rotation? Because I'm gonna be chasing Stone around.
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Do a fresh food buff.
Add 2.
So it's
Does
rogue
that
kick,
that
then
works for
warrior
me.
kick,
Which,
then
which
rogue
group
kick,
am I
then
kicking
warrior
with?
kick.
Warriors?
Warriors, yep.
Just had to make sure I knew what my kick assignments were. So we don't wipe the raid by failing to kick some bullshit. What's the buff with the image like crippling poison? Ah, good question. People always ask about this one. This is Speak with the Dead. It is the name of the buff. It comes from the Elixir of Coalesced Regret, which is the item you used for the Phased 1 crafting quest. It's pretty insignificant. It just gives you +1 to all stats. And it's pretty stupid because it doesn't say that it does that, but it does do that. Alright, here we go. Reborn Council, rogues are our first kick, and then alternating with warriors. Too slow. Yes! Second Bigglesworth of the same raid. Let's go! And right when the boss is vanishing, so I can't even DPS it. So that Bigglesworth got almost completely wasted. Whoopsies, I pressed a wrong button there. The rogue kick. Rogue's kick. They called Warrior next, so I guess we're desynced from the cycle. He's vanishing. Okay. Rogue's up next for kicks. Done. Ooh. Oh, shit. Oh, that wasn't actually my turn to kick. Okay. Yeah, my kick was on cooldown. I tried to go for it, but didn't realize my kick was cooldown. Got that. Didgeridoo again. Raptor this time. Alright, stopping DPS was called. Lame. Alright. I feel like this happens every week. Vishos gets DPS'd way too much. And then the people assigned to kick just have to completely throttle their damage output. While everyone else, like, goes to the next mob. Oh, shit. Alright, Herod's at 25 or ish, whatever. They called to stop DPS and stop auto attacking. Obviously, some people are still attacking, like this shaman. Herod about to die. Okay, I think we can kill. Now we can. Alright, there we go. Alright, what do we got? Ravagain. Perfect loot off of Council for our very last one. Herod's Pauldron. 3% attack speed, 2% crit, 42 strength. And Ravagain. Doesn't everyone love seeing this axe drop every week? Do. Alright, Lilian Voss, and then Caldoran. Manath Mage Singer. Oh, blue. We gotta run out of blue. Over here. Okay, the blue thing popped. Go back on this guy. Kidney shot. Ran like twice as far as needed, says Permagrin. That's crazy. I didn't min-max my trash DPS to the absolute utmost extent I could have. You know what I also could have done? Is I could have shadow stepped back to the mob instead of walking back to it. But it's okay. Yeah, I mean, like, if you're gonna backseat game, like, at least tell me to be shadow stepping. Okay. Lilian. Oh, wait, no. A couple more mobs first. Did you just backseat the backseat? Well, is it front seating because I'm the one playing right now? Is it front seating the back seating, or I'm not sure on the terminology. But, you know, hindsight is, yes, I could have played and done more damage on that trash mob pull than I did. Alright, food buff. It's okay, Permagrin, don't worry. Group 1, front left. Group 2, front right. So I'm going to be on approximately this side. this area. Do. They're figuring out the tanking situation. One of the rogues is going to go avoidance tank as like a backup. But then we're going to use like regular tanks, I think, for most of it. And the avoidance tank is just going to be there like in case the regular tanks die. Excuse me. Here we go. Okay. Avoidance tank as backup means it'll kill a bunch of damage dealers first. Not if I vanish right when the tank dies. Think about that. Damage dealers pulled the boss before the tank. Classic. Didgeridoo Crocodile, it's the worst. Ignite's over, back it up a little bit. Poison vials. This'll tea used. I feel like it's just time for a vanish to be safe. Just to eliminate my threat. Boss is at half. Ooh, movement poison. Whoopsies, just did a 1 point in venom there, accidentally. Back it up. Oh, shit. Ah, we're okay. Yeah, we actually don't have a lot of melee this time, so that Inferno isn't that bad. Alright. Nice. Blighted robes. Legging, diary, and a chalice. Okay. Cool. Yeah, Ashbringer doesn't help him on this fight, that's for sure. It's just straight up single target. Big, whoa, 27% of my damage is in Venom. Let's go. Well, Mutilate, because it splits it into the two different hands. Mutilate's actually 31% of my damage, but it's just split up in the display there. Alright, Blighted Robes. What are these? You guys said they were pretty good. Bonus Armor. Stamina Spirit. No Intellect. 2 crit. 21 spell damage. 21 defense. These are a Warlock tank item, I guess? For a moment, I thought we already early pulled the boss, but that was just his, like, initial RP thing that he always does. I think... Oh, gosh, it's got to be something like the last 10 Caldoran pulls in a row across multiple raids that I've done have been early pulls before the pull timer. Like, people love stacking up next to this pillar, and then, like, a shaman drops a totem in line of sight of the boss, and it pulls. Or a hunter summons their pet, and it summons, like, to their left in line of sight of the boss, and it pulls. Or, like, someone sidesteps a little bit, and it pulls. It's like, the amount of times this boss gets early pulled is insane. It's so much. Alright, let's put a fresh elemental sharpening stone on. Final Scarlet Enclave before you quit SOD. Yeah, I'm not really planning on doing any more Scarlet Enclaves. So I think this is the last... I mean, this is certainly the last planned one. Do 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 do. I don't know what exactly we're waiting on. How's Rock's gear? I mean, he's got Ashbringer. He's probably Post-Abyss, Abandoned Experiment. I don't know what's Warrior Abyss stuff. 2-piece Dreadnought. 6-piece Lightbreaker. Girdle. Storm Rage Talisman. Shroud of Dominion. Ashbringer. Yeah, whatever. This Simonized from Winter Spring Igloo Co. Holy shit. That's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Yes, that's a guild I played in a long time ago. They're figuring out some assignments for the boss here. Simonized from Last Call. Yep, also from Last Call. Played with them for a while, too. Alright, we ready for an early pull of the boss? Everyone's trying to pre-position now. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's not very many seconds left for an early pull. Maybe we won't early pull. It's only a little bit early. Didgeridoo cat. Execute is going on the tank. I'm pretty high on threat. So I'm just gonna vanish for safety. Get rid of all my threat. So that's important because if the tank ever gets blinded, the boss ignores the tank for the duration of the blind and basically just hits the, you know, second, third, and fourth on threat and one-shots them until the tank is out of the blind. Five seconds on 2-minute cooldowns. We'll definitely hit those again. Good. Armor debuffs kind of falling off the boss just constantly on this fight. Tank down. Didgeridoo time. We got a cat summon. That's good. Yo, shit. What is this? That may be like a AoE taunt used by the ad tank, perhaps? No, he's doing the res again! We almost got him without that. Shit. I think we're all dead. Because we didn't beat that res timer. That's a wipe. Yep, we're dead. Rip. Rip-a-roni in pepperonis, as they say. Oh, I gotta try again. Did we crank boss dam though? I assume we cranked boss dam. 2.56 million on Caldoran. Yeah, we were top boss dam by a long shot.
You need something? Have a good
Enemy healing done. Yeah, 2.6 million. Scarlet Martyr. I'm not sure if it was at the very end or not. My details doesn't tell me that. People struggle even with the buff. I mean, the thing is, the buff may be increasing, but people's, like, apathy is also increasing. A lot of people just, like, can't be bothered to care anymore. And, like, I get that. It's like week 11 of Scarlet Enclave. And there's there's like no promise of new content coming in the future. People just care less. Like, that's it. The buff, I would say, the increase in buff is like barely counteracting the increase in apathy. USB says you found a Blackwing Lair Pug for Friday that doesn't have Drake Fang Talisman on hard reserve. Oh, nice. Nathrazim Loop. Couple items left. I don't want this. I got this on my Alliance Rogue. Not like a super great item, but it's alright. I think there's better things I could have for the Alliance Tank Rogue. Bro, why does this shoulder have so little, like, raw stats on it? 6 stam, 6 intellect? Just, like, pure secondaries or whatever? USB, if you're trying to maximize your loot, you usually want to diversify your soft reserves. You're better off getting at least one roll on multiple things than investing all your rolls on one thing. So I'd maybe do like, yeah, 2 to 1. Because like, Crestors in Anniversary is the best necklace in the entire game. You're never replacing it until TBC. DFT isn't even your best trinket by the time you're in Nax Bis. It's just extremely good and, frankly, unlikely that you would replace it. I need to pop some consumables. There we go. Okay, we try again. I think on the first one, I might have been too slow with putting Crimson Tempest up. It might not have been captured in my Master of Subtlety. So I want to make sure I get it in the Master of Subtlety this time. Finishing early, my threat was too high. I didn't want to throttle. And it's a pretty okay vanish, refreshing the Master of Subtlety during my trinket cooldowns. It's a good time to use it. Back on boss. Okay. Quick screenshot. I thought it was a good screenshot. Wait. Yeah, in Anniversary, you're looking for... At the end game, you're looking for... Mark of the Champion plus Slayers, or Mark of the Champion plus Kiss. Or if you can't... If it's a non-undead, non-demon enemy, You're looking at Kiss and Slayers. Evasion up. Boss is on Simon. Evasion fading in 3, 2. Oh, never mind. Yeah, I see now. I see now. I was trying to save it, and I didn't realize how many people were already dead, and there was nothing left to save. I mean, we did a good pump that time. 1.64 mil. Yeah, shit, we cranked. Oh, look at this guy. 1.57, he was close. Botendo was close to me. Geminate says, "Hey Simon, GG's inside. It was a joy playing with you the times that I did. I'll be playing my last Scarlet Enclave raids this week and then sending my characters to the Caverns of Time to log out for the final time." Oh man, that's sad. I don't know. Sod was great, but like I guess it can't go on forever, especially not with the state of gear that they released in Scarlet Enclave. It can definitely with how powerful the Scarlet Enclave gear was, there's no way they could like make it go on after that. It's similar, I would say, to the way like Naxxramas gear will affect Anniversary. Like, it's a completely different game. It's not like marginal upgrades anymore. It's a completely different game if you're playing with Naxxramas gear versus playing with AQ and below gear. And same thing in SOD. It's completely different game if you're playing with Scarlet Enclave gear versus anything before that. Alright, let's hit some consumes. 1, 2, 3. Food buff. I think they're flipping to 1 additional tank to help control the ads better. Alright, we need some world buffs and then we're good to go. There we go. Oh, sit up straight. Let's get it done this time. Repair bot. Ooh, those are some good tracks. 1 hour of old school RuneScape music. Let's go. How good really is tier 3 in normal classic? 1 to 10? Gosh, how can I think it's like a I want to say it's like a 8 to 10% upgrade over the BIS from the previous phase. Like Nax BIS. And like most phases are like 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 4% upgrades. So it's like going 2 phases at once worth of like character power upgrade. Oh, whoops, I just unstealthed. All right, 20 seconds pull timer. It's Caldoran. Third try. Nice. Threat's good. Cat from the didgeridoo? Alright, execute on the tank. They did the tank swap properly. That's good. There's a blinding flare. So if we crank just like a little bit more damage, we'll probably be able to skip the second resurrect, which is what screwed us on the first attempt. We were like 3 or 4 seconds away from skipping the second resurrect. Here's the first resurrect. We always get that. It's not really reasonably avoidable. Also facing wrong way. It's dangerous because he has a lot of frontal attacks. Even if he's on a tank, if he's facing into the group, it's a big problem. Because he has that Wake of Ashes and Blade of Malice, which I think they're both frontal cones. I know the Wake ability is a frontal cone. I'm not sure about the Blade of Malice. But either way, you don't want those going into the raid. Accidentally untargeted the boss for a second there. Just stupid. Misclicked something. Didgeridoo. Raptor summon. No, that's the second res again. Alright. Re-up that Crimson Tempest so it hits all the ads. Here we go. A lot of ads up, so it's not friendly. We don't like that. Holy Protection Potion. Wait, some energy. Vanish for extra damage there. One of our tanks says they're lagging out of control. I think we're gonna be okay here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, we did it. Should be good. Everyone's alive currently. Never mind, one guy died. Yeah, maybe we can get one more Bigglesworth in this raid. We already got 2, which is, like, insanely lucky. right. That was a low combo point in Venom. That was a mistake. Crocodile, no! Alright, we might get one more didgeridoo activation before this is over. But definitely not two more. Away. Turn back. Ugh, low energy. What the? There's a bubble going out. Is that for the execute? Oh, look away. Yeah, the only thing that would override it is another rogue with Sebaceous and the talent, or a rogue casting exposed armor, which no one's doing. You might have two different rogues with Sebaceous. It's not me. So you're just trading back and forth between who owns the debuff, but it's staying up from my monitor. One of the rogues was thinking that their Sebaceous poison was like falling off constantly. But what's actually happening is we have two different rogues running Sebaceous poison and the talent. And it's just like it was switching owner. So their UI was showing it as falling off because it wasn't their debuff. Oh shit, someone's dead. Didgeridoo, crocodile. Frick, man. Oh, wait, our Wind Fury died. Uh-oh. I'm saving the Blood Fury Slayer's Crest for when the sword comes out. Here we go. What the? We just got this shit? Might miss this DPS check. We are missing the DPS check. What? I got yeeted? We're dead for sure. Ooh. 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 Not good. Not a good look. Oh, what do we got? Nice. Big damn. Alright. Would have passed if 3 people weren't dead? I mean, our Wind Fury for the whole raid was dead. That was a big deal. And Scunny himself does good damage. But, yeah, I mean, we had a lot of people dead. That was the issue. It's because I got 2 crocodiles in a row. Well, but the crocodiles weren't active on the sword phase. They were active on Caldoran. I mean, we would have killed Caldoran faster if I didn't roll so many crocodiles. And then maybe that would have been less time for the other people to mess up and die because Caldoran died faster. But I'm kind of joking here. I don't think that would have made a meaningful difference in the kill time. Alright, food buff. Then we'll do fresh elemental sharpening stone. One of the people in the raid says they have a like work meeting they have to go to in about 11 minutes or something. And they can't skip it, so this is last pull. Imagine if the last Scarlet Enclave I do doesn't even clear Caldoran. Oh my god. That would be sad. You guys are almost sub 1 hour? No. We are not that. What if... What do you think? We could go Trog mode? Or a Talarian troll mode? No, I just think we have to do it in orc mode. 10 or 25, man? Probably both. I'll have a lot of characters. I'll have a lot of characters set, Trippa. Don't worry about it. I only like signed up and locked in with one particular guild, and they are planning to do 25-man heroic. It's Judgment Guild that we played with on Alliance in Season of Discovery. But I'll have way more characters, do pugs and 10-mans and whatever. Alright, Caldoran. Everyone stay alive. It's illegal if you die to this boss. Damn, Mayhem got the sword set on his rogue tank. That looks lit. I wish I got that on one of my rogue tanks. Didn't get it on either of them. Both of my rogue tanks have one of the 2 swords. Oh, early pull. The first Crimson Tempest got parried, and then by the time I did the second Crimson Tempest, my Master of Subtlety faded. So my Crimson Tempest, I do not believe, is getting the 10% Master of Subtlety bonus. Crocodile Summon, off to a terrible start. Everything's going wrong. The only time Crocodile is good is if people in your group aren't actually putting up all the armor debuffs. And that could be the case. Like, maybe there's no Curse of Recklessness. We do only have one Warlock, and maybe they just didn't feel like putting up Curse of Wreck. Oh, Hunter, one type of Hunter can do that armor debuff as well. I don't know if we have any Hunters doing that. I don't have a tracker for it, because ultimately there's nothing I can do about it. If it's up, it's up. If it's not, I can't do anything about it. Look away for the flare. Okay, good, good, good. Damn, I think I was standing in the fire a little bit too much. Oh, he's dropping the fire there. I was wondering why that guy was moving into the pre-existing fire. I was like, hold on a second. That can't be right. Then I realized he was just dropping a second fire on top of the pre-existing one, which was very smart. Alright, second usage of 2-minute cooldowns. So I re-upped the Crimson Tempest with the Vanish and the 2-minute cooldown, so now it is snapshotted. And we'll get slightly higher Crimson Tempest damage there for the remainder of this phase. Alright, didgeridoo. Oh, it's Crocodile again. Low energy. Come on, get him before the second res. Do it. Yes. Yes. Good transition there. Only one person is dead right now. Flyware, who I believe plays Moonkin. Is this the final boss? Yes, this is the final boss of Scarlet Enclave, which is the final raid of Scarlet of Season of Discovery. And this is probably the last time I'm going to do this raid. It's like the 40th time I've done it or something. So I'm not planning to do any more Scarlet Enclaves after this one. But we were struggling a bit today on this boss. Having some trouble. Hopefully we can get it this time. Still have to try a Mason solo. Yeah, okay, okay. That's my old guild. Oh, you used to play with the Goonies also? I wish I met these people earlier. They've been great to play with, and I only started playing with them in, like, Naxxramas phase. Yeah, it's been a pleasure. And I think a lot of them are going to play in MOP, so I'll have to see, like, what server they're on. And probably play with them a bit in MOP, too. I'll have a lot of characters to go to a lot of different raids. Sane Zug is dead. Oh, he's alive again. Okay. Didgeridoo Gorilla. At least it's not Crocodile. You have Mop Horde. No, all my characters on Cataclysm right now that'll go over to Mop are currently Alliance. Whoopsies, 1 combo point in Venom. That was a mistake. But it kind of depends, like, where the guilds I want to play with, where they decide to go. Like, I might level a new character. I might boost a Horde character to play Horde. You know, we'll see. Like, I have my free Season of Discovery boost for level 85. Goonies on Benediction Ally. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's where my characters are currently. Almost thought... I thought I was going to be too slow on that. On, I'm saving all these cooldowns for the sword phase so we don't embarrassingly fail it again. I could get more total throughput if I just send them now and then probably send them one more time before the fight's over, but, like... It's just like we gotta finish the sword phase, so we need the damage there more than I need total throughput. There we go. I still don't know what any of the ghosts do. Like, what the fuck is this? Pursued by Manadar? He's definitely not following me. That's Manadar. I'm moving. He's definitely not pursuing me. So, I don't get what the ghosts do, really. Never really figured that one out. Raptor summon from the didgeridoo. There we go. Cleaned the sword phase easily that time. What do we get? Charred Emblem, Crusader's Chalice, Double Irons, Tunic Tunic, Scarlet Smashbringer that'll probably get disenchanted, Tears Fall, The Light, and the Scarlet Steed. Classic Smashbringer on the very last kill. Does anyone actually... Oh, wait, one person needs it. Okay, actually not disenchanted. That's great. No Infusion of Souls, no Queensfall, more Ashbringers than we know what to do with. Let's look at boss damage, Botendo beating me. Lame. Botendo actually has been owning for a while, he's very good. Yep, well. Season of Discovery has been some of the best World of Warcraft. I think the best World of Warcraft they've released since 2019. I'm hoping that Blizzard is working on another classic project. You know, take what they learned from Season of Discovery and make something new. I'm hoping that Season of Discovery is dying so that Classic Plus can live. You know? That's what I'm hoping. But we don't know that yet for sure. I assume we'll get some kind of announcement at the BlizzCon this year. Or I don't think they're doing BlizzCon. Warcraft Direct. When they announce stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind and maybe I'll do another one, but I feel like we're pretty much GG's on Scarlet Enclaves, you know? I don't know. Maybe if we reduce it down to just one per week, that could be cool. But not super feeling it anymore. We have blasted Scarlet Enclave. Hearthstone out. All right. Good stuff.